Hey and welcome. Hey and welcome, everybody. Thank you for clicking on the video. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to give me a shout down in the comment section. You know, all the things are scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Yes, yes, yes. We are here for Reasonable Doubt, y'all, and I am not alone. I have a panel, and I'm going to start to bring them up one by one. Okay, let's throw this up here. First up, we got the Lawrence Report. What's up,
What's
Lawrence?
what's goody, Miss Kira? We are officially about to go to court. It's about to go down.
Right. Next up, we got Lighten Up with Letitia.
Hey, y'all. Glad to be here. It's time
I
for
don't know why this
courts.
setup is doing me like this. Next up, we got Mo 69 Ways.
Hey, y'all. Yes, court is in session.
Hey. Right. And last but not least, we got VKJTV.
Yo, what's good?
What's
What's good?
up?
Hello.
I ain't feeling this layout, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Is that better? Let's do it. Let's do it that way for now till I get the slides up there. So let's go around. We're going to start with Lawrence and go around and give our rating for the episode and how we felt about this episode in comparison to the last four.
So I would say this episode for me, it was a solid 9. I think the last episode, my personal opinion, was probably the best episode for me personally. But like I said before, I knew they was going to focus on a court basically episode, and it's kind of like what this was, like basically all court. But solid 9, so that means it was still good. But just my opinion, it wasn't the greatest, but it was still good.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Letitia.
Okay, well, I think I thought it was good. Like I felt like Jax was letting them have it. In court, we got a couple of hiccups. And to me, what did it was when the opposing counsel had his whole crash out. That was just chef's kiss to me. Got him.
Yes, we love to see it. Mo, your thoughts on the episode, your rating?
I would give it a 8.5. It was a good episode. Like, we in court, and some of these witnesses, like the prosecutor, yes, I felt him when he was in his office fighting that air and throwing, tossing stuff off his desk. It was just like, Jax
As he
got
should.
you. I mean, how many witnesses they had? Like 6 of them this episode, and he still couldn't get a win. It's like she keep debunking everything. Every witness. That's funny. But I enjoyed it.
Down.
It was good.
Yeah, he tried. He gave it his effort. Jay, your rating for the episode?
Yeah, I give it a good 8. It was a good 8. Lot of good stuff came through. I mean, again, damn Daniel, all right, with the pinkies and stuff. And and a lot of funny stuff happened in this episode, so we can get to that definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I think I agree. DeMarcus is giving it a solid 8. I'm right there along with you guys. 8. We got, a couple little good bits of information. We got trial, Jax looking good, kicking butt, taking numbers like she liked to do. So I was here for it. I'm going to get started into the episode. Let's see what these slides about to do, y'all. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Oh, it's putting us over there. All right, that'll have to do. All right, so we open up. We are on day 1 of the trial. Got folks lined up outside. Some of them are there to support, and some of them not so much. Like I said, Jax is looking good as per usual, and Ozzy shows up with his schmoozer right by his side. I said, well, dang, that's the way to start the episode off. But I mean, she is his agent, so I guess there's that. Then we get the prosecution speaks his speech, talking about Wendy going to the cabin to cool off. And, Ozzy kind of arrived later and did what he did and took her on out, according to the prosecution. Now, the whole time he's saying this, Ozzy is playing this through in his head. And I was kind of like, I don't know why you're playing it through in your head, but we'll get to it. So he's like, let's not forget he's an actor. We get to, he's charged with 2nd-degree unaliving. We get to Jax. Jax says, you got no motive. He don't have a history of violence. It's, it's not a crime to be a bad boyfriend, or is it? And that he didn't chase her. That's what she wanted. He got high. And the GPS shows that he was left at the house. So, Jay, your thoughts on the opening statements from Jax, Chad, any of that?
Oh yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was a good setup as far as the opening statements. I like what Jax did. He's like, okay, let's see. He's supposed to be the main character, and the DA is trying to make him into a criminal. This is the movie you want to see. Well, I'm gonna prove that that's not how it's gonna play out. So I like how Jax came through and just kind of be like, yeah, okay, DA, Chad, you think you're good? Wait, just wait. I'm gonna show you who's good. So I liked how it played out. It was good.
Mo, your thoughts on the opening statements and him arriving to court with Monica's funky behind?
Yeah, we're not shocked. So we already know what happened at the end of last episode, that it was the reveal. So can't be shocked this episode. But yeah, it was just him, she getting him ready like he's a child. And popping one of those medicine things in his mouth. Because he knows it's a trying day for him. But and I like the music. Every day I'm hustling, baby. It was like the music for me this episode. I'm like, this series got the best music to me. Yeah, but the opening statements was definitely strong on both parts, especially Jax, the way she set it up due to his occupation being an actor. So yeah, it was a good opening statement for both sides.
Letitia, who you going for? Jax, or you going for DA Chad with the opening statements? And how do you feel about Ozzy pulling up with his, I forgot to mention, because I got it up here. The sister was going into that courtroom and F No was calling her on that phone. So any of those things.
I have to say, they walked in like, cause I'm the FM boss, I was like, okay, yes, for the music. But also I was thinking, I had to calm myself down actually, during DA Chad's opening statements, having to remember that you can't object, because I was like, speculation, I was like doing too much, because I just did not like his opening statement. He was doing too much. He was alluding to too many things. And it's like, Ozzy is not, I don't like Ozzy, but I don't believe that he's guilty, at least not of what they're accusing him of. And so, and then the sister, I'm glad we saw her, because I kept thinking in my head, I was like, how come she ain't going to court? Because I don't remember her going to court last time. So I'm glad we got a chance to see her. And again, about Monica, we're not surprised at all. But the tying of the tie, and like you said, acting like he's a baby was weird.
She didn't go to court last time, because last time they was in court, they were just doing jury selection.
Right. Lawrence, bring us on home with the opening statements.
Be there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Jax was cooking like hot fish grease in their opening statements. Keep in mind, I love the way she said, just because you're a bad boyfriend doesn't necessarily make you a criminal, right? Because we know Chad's whole ordeal was try to paint him literally as a complete bad guy, saying that he was there the night when he died. He was at the cabin. We got bullet cases and all that with his name on it. I thought the opening statement was good, and like y'all said about not Wendy, but Monica. Yeah, she put, I guess, some type of drug, like y'all mentioned earlier, to calm him down. But I'm like, I can't wait to get to the part about Jax and Monica together. That's the showdown that I was looking forward to. But yeah, opening statements, Jax is looking real good. She was killing it thus far.
I agree. Oh, wait, how do I lower it? Here we go. Right there. There we go. So next we're going to move on over. We're at the house, and they are trying to work on Mr. I almost said Alex, Ozzy's alibi. So they're trying to figure out, we already have GPS from the car. Daniel says, maybe were you watching something? Because we can try to track your watch history now. Jax don't want, he was watching some murder investigation show. She's like, that's not going to be good. But she sends Daniel and the sister off to get the passwords to go check the watch histories while she sits down and has a little conversation with Ozzy. And she's like, we need to talk about Monica. Now he hadn't said anything, but she knew when he kind of gave it dead away. I was like, sir, you didn't even try put up a fight or nothing. So now she has it confirmed. He doesn't want her to tell his parents, but she's like watching him get triggered, and he's disengaging. But her main thing is she also your alibi? And she is not. So Jax wants to know, well, who is your alibi? He says it's no one. We know that's a lie, but we're not going to get that till later on. Daniel and Kristen are in the room looking for passwords, but Fno keeps blowing up that phone. So he wants to know, is it a girlfriend, or, is it a dude? Should I be jealous? And she does what she does and kisses him to shut that mouth. And then she admits it's a guy and he's an annoying friend, and they get the passwords, but he got to go. So Jax pulls him away. We'll start with you, Lawrence. Your thoughts on his alibi, his watch history, scandalous behind Kristen, and the revelation on Monica.
Alibi at this point, boy, alibi. This part right here absolutely killed me, because I love the way Jax basically set him up. When she mentioned the name Monica, right? Ozzy completely flipped out, and that right there basically gave it away. And Ozzy trying to downplay it, but now Jax knows the truth, because again, he couldn't control his emotions. He flipped out. And the thing about passwords, they need to get the password information as well. I forgot the name of the show that he was with CSI or something like that. But it's crazy you're watching a show like that during this whole ordeal when your ex-lady is getting killed, which I thought was kind of strange.
It was the first 48, Lawrence. That's what
First 48, my bad.
That's
I said
what it
CSI.
was.
First 48, my bad. And the sister, we know what the sister's going to do. I mean, she's going to continue to use her body to distract Daniel. We saw them up there making out. Anytime he asks me questions about, no, any other thing like that, she's going to use her body to distract him.
110%. That's why I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. Letitia, your thoughts on this alibi and Miss Monica revelation? How he just couldn't even really deny it.
I am not feeling this family. I am not feeling how they are not being upfront with their attorney, and he is up for a whole murder case. I just don't understand how they are not forthcoming. They're like working against his case as far as I'm concerned. There is no excuse for Ozzy not telling Jax of all people who his alibi is. How is she going to help him effectively if she doesn't know all of the facts? And likewise, like Jax, normally she is very much on her clients like, I can't help you if you don't tell me the whole thing. So I feel like she is like, I think part of what she went through, she very emotional. Even the DA and the other guy said the same thing about Jax being emotionally connected to her clients and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's getting in the way, but I think it's why she keeps giving him so many passes. And Kristen, Daniel just nose wide open, and she playing him.
He cannot deny it.
Mm-mm.
Mo, your thoughts on Daniel, Kristen, Fno, and this alibi?
Okay. When I first heard about them wanted to use his TV stamps and stuff, I'm like, that don't mean nothing. You could just run the TV. Don't mean he was there. Like, okay, I guess. And it's wild that he watching the first 48 while he's high. I can't. Like, yo, what? I can understand people who watch those kind of shows and fall asleep or doing whatever afterwards. But yeah, with the whole Daniel and Kirsten thing, Christian thing, whatever how you say her name, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I just wanted to smack the glasses off of Daniel. Like, you letting her use her feminine wiles to distract you. Okay, focus. All right, use this head, not that head. Okay, let's focus. Daniel, guys, you gonna cause something to go wrong with the case. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Jay, your thoughts on mischievous Monica and did you know at this point who Ethna was bringing up that phone in the courthouse and now back at the house?
Okay, yeah, so Monica, man, she just nothing but trouble. Like again, she's been pulling the strings on Ozzy for a long time. She lost control of him when he got his girl. And yeah, man, like Monica's pulling all the strings, man. And I can't wait till we catch her. I can't wait till we catch her. But she's not alone. And I think Kristen is part of it. And I think
Yeah.
Alex is part of it. I think they're all part, and Nisha, the assistant to Wendy. I think they're all like
Mm,
out to kind of get the family, get money from the family, get control of the family, or keep money coming in, get everybody who's trying to get in the way out of the way.
that's a good synopsis because I'm adding folks to the list. Every episode, I'm like, okay, you want a list, and now you want a list, and now you want a list.
Right.
So we move on. We are back in court, and we have all kinds of professionals. We got the detective, we got a doctor, I think is the chief medical examiner up there. I'm gonna forget the names, but DeMarcus gonna tell me later. So they're going over their findings. We find out that she was found in the woods near the cabin with a wound to her arm, and that they found the registered Purim with the shell casings, and she bled out quick because there was nobody to call for help. So here we go. And she had rope burns, which I had questions about, and bruising to the face and the abdomen. But they start talking about the scratches on Ozzy. But Jax comes in, is like, did the DNA under her fingernails match Ozzy? It did not. But also it could have been something else because Jax is on top of it. They didn't. Okay, we did that already. There's no fingerprints found on the Purim from Ozzy, so I don't know what evidence they have other than it being, their cabin and his Purim. So Tommy gets up there, Tommy, asking if the chief medical examiner, Golden, is she a fan? And she says she's not a fan or a critic, but she's neutral. But that that tweet says otherwise. They didn't find Wendy's phone at Ozzy's house, and her car wasn't found at the cabin. So Jax questions why they didn't go with the burglary thing, but they say no, there was no link, no forced entry, no violence at the burglaries, and the evidence pointed to the defendant because it's usually the boyfriend or the husband. So that's why we're gonna go with Ozzy. We're gonna go straight in the middle with Letitia. Talk to us about the evidence they found and how you think this case is going, and what do they have to put Ozzy away, because it don't really look like much right now.
That's what I was thinking too. It sounds like everything is pretty much circumstantial, and I'm thinking, I'm glad that Jax was just like swatting them down every which way. They basically like just said, "Oh, okay, well, since we have this evidence, it doesn't put you in the place, but because we have this evidence that kind of looks like it belongs to you, then we're going to just blame you, Ozzy." And I'm just thinking, like, what kind of mess is this? Is this the case? I'm sorry, is this the slide with all of the witnesses, or are we getting to one of the other witnesses too?
No, we're gonna get to the other ones later. I did them everything exactly in order. So this is just
cool.
These two.
Yeah. I love how they asked about the scratches on Ozzy, and they said that they found no Ozzy DNA underneath her fingernails, or no Wendy DNA underneath his fingernails. So what are you talking about? I mean, it just didn't seem like they had very much. They was just throwing experts up there, thinking the more numbers will be up there, the more he'll look guilty. But that didn't look guilty. He didn't look guilty there to me.
Lawrence, how did you feel about this picture up here of this lady being half buried under the ground? And how long was she gone? And how did we have time to half bury her? I was confusion. Your thoughts on, the evidences that they gave us?
Yeah, that picture was absolutely insane. I was watching it in real time. But as far as evidence, it seemed like they didn't have enough evidence, period. But I did love the way they kind of like pull what I like to call the haters of Ozzy Edwards. These people who have disagreements with Ozzy, who may not like him. They kind of just like, in my personal opinion, it was like just fetching for something. But it wasn't a lot of concrete, hardcore evidence there to even go through the entire motion. So again, we still need more from these people when they are trying to, for lack of a better term, say bad things about Ozzy. It just wasn't enough concrete evidence for me up there. But again, I do like the diversity that it had, pulling all these other people, then the other people that you're going to talk about later on in the future slides. Good diversity.
I agree. Talk to me, Jay, about the evidence. Why didn't they go with the burglary? And anything in this courtroom scene.
I mean, pretty much I said most of it, but all I can say is that they trying to make it an open and close case here, and it's way more complex. And that's why I love this show, because it's not as simple as you think. It's not the obvious person. And yes, Jax and Tommy, what's his real name? Bill, come on, Shady Bill Shady. They got a lot of work ahead of them, because as we go on, you're gonna go through it, but as we go on, we're adding on new details that we should have been told before, by Ozzy. But he's moving kind of sneaky, because he's not trying to reveal a lot of things, because then that's going to expose him. And honestly, I do think that he was part of it. I don't think that he did it. I think that he was there, but I don't think that he did it.
I agree, Mo. Your final thoughts on the evidence in the hearing?
There was no evidence. That's all they got. That's all. Basically, was nothing. It was garbage. It was basura. But yeah. Y'all say everything. It was just this medical examiner for me in her tweet. She talking about, it's like it's not that I don't like it. I'm just neutral. Then he brought out that tweet. I was hollering.
Mama
She
forgot
called
all
him
about
all
that.
brew because he would not sign an autograph for her 8-year-old kid or something. It was wild. It was funny. It was just entertaining to me. It was like the beginning of the circus,
They was like, "Is this your tweet,
Cracking
ma'am?"
that.
Oh no. Fatality. So next we have Jax goes to confront Raggedy Mama Lou. I'm about sick and tired of Mama Lou. You know how I feel about her and her pillow talking and her meddling and her chasing a man. So Jax thinks that Lewis went to talk to her dad about, taking it slow with the kids. And I mean, I guess he did a little, but he was met with some stuff. So, anyway. So Mama says, oh, well, your dad is not a stranger. And, he wants to know what you have going on in your life. And Jax basically says he can come to me and then I can let him know what I want to know and what I don't want him to know, which, I agree. But Mama says she loves to share. Like I said, she ain't got nobody else to share with. So she says, did you let him know what happened with me and Paul? But of course, she did not share that part of it. So Jax is like, listen, you need to tell the whole story. And she says, she knows about you. Jax knows about him coming over there in her house again and meeting them kids after she told him and that mama that they weren't supposed to be doing that right now. So Mama hops up and says, first of all, I'm the mama. And secondly, I didn't tell you to make all the bad decisions. So we start running down, the thing with light eyes and all of the stuff she done been into, which, yes, Mama, but you're diverting again, okay? Because that's not what we were even talking about. We're talking about you telling my business. Not talking about the actions that I made. And she was like, and by the way, Lewis didn't go over there talking about keeping it slow. So you need to go talk to your man. I said, this is giving very sister girl and not enough Mama. We're going to go straight down with Lawrence and end with Jay. Just your quick thoughts on Jax talking to Raggedy Mama Lou. Ain't much to say, but
Ooh, messy. Mama Lou, good and well, you was wrong. The daughter, Jax, should be able to go to her mother in confinement whenever they're sharing secrets, whatever. It should be between them two. The dad should not have to be tagged alone. Why? Like Jack said, y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. And I felt like I'm riding with Jax on this scenario right here, because that's absolutely insane. Like I've told you before, I don't want my dad to meet the kids yet. Everybody crossing boundaries. Daddy Eddie, everybody's crossing these boundaries, and it's kind of hurtful for me, but you being my mother. And of course, the mother's like, well, I'm the one who taught you how to wipe you out. You know the rest and all this other stuff. And you burn them heels because of me. I'm like, yeah, I get that and all that. Cool. But still, like you said earlier, Miss Kira, she definitely is diluting from the truth of the matter. Mama Lou was dead wrong. I feel like she definitely, unfortunately, stabbed Jax in the back the wrong way. And that could be very, very hurtful. She's already going through some stuff with her daddy. Now you got your mama. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, who can Jax go to? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be able to go to at least one of your parents and confide in them without them telling the other person sometimes. Like, I told my mom plenty of secrets before that I did not tell my dad. And she never told my dad. It's strictly still between me and my mom till this day. I'm just saying.
As it should be. Letitia, talk to us about Mama Lou and her big mouth, child.
This episode is part 2 of the trash ass grandparents. Okay, period. Last week it was Eddie's turn. Now it's her turn. She is very much trash, and Jax needs to cut her off. She has absolutely no boundaries. Now, personally, I automatically assume that if I tell a married person something that they will go and tell their spouse, I just assume it. So I tread lightly as to what I even tell married folks, generally speaking. But in this case, they are not even married. So that pillow talk is null and void. And furthermore, how dare she throw that in her face? I mean, how dare her come at Jax the way she did when Jax had every right to say, oh, well, you didn't tell him the whole truth. You didn't tell him the stuff about Paul, or did you tell him about stuff about Paul? Oh, no. Oh, so now Eddie don't need to know that? Eddie needed to know all her other business, but he didn't need to know that part. He went all down on Lewis, but he didn't need to know that part.
Selective information.
Mama Lou is absolutely trash, and she needs to cut her off. If you don't want to have any boundaries, don't want to respect the things that I say, me and my husband said for me and our children, then you can sit on the outside of the club looking in.
I agree. I'm going to put Tamika's comment up here real quick. Raggedy Mama Lou knows she was wrong. That's why she didn't tell Jax about her dad when Jax came home. She full of it. Amen. Mo, talk about it.
Oh, Raggedy Mama Lou. Yeah, this scene pissed me off. I hate when they said, like, at the end of the day, I'm still your mama. In my video, I said, so what that's supposed to mean? Like, if you feel like that was disrespect, boy, I see mama and daughters go into it in the hood. Like, they wasn't, like, they were strangers. Like, so you lucky she went light on your ass. So, because I would have went harsher, but it's like, it's all about respecting her boundaries, and you cross them. And it's like, if you want respect, give it. Okay. You didn't respect my boundaries, so I'm the kind of person that I would meet you where you at. I don't give a damn if you did bring me into this world. It is what it is. But yeah, so I ain't like how she tried to sass back at her. I'm like, you didn't even, like, you was trying to read Jax, but I know where she get it from, but you didn't read nothing. Okay, so
Mama Lou stepped up like she wanted them hands real quick, though.
Hey, yo, okay. But yeah, like, if you're gonna tell it all, if you're not gonna tell it all, don't say nothing at all. Okay. Because you didn't say nothing about Paul, what he did to her when she was younger. And it was just like, He talking about he's your father, he wanna know everything. And you just took her chance to, like, tell him, like, this is her relationship with her dad. Like, you would give her a chance, and she didn't want to tell him everything she went through. Like, it's baby steps. It seemed like you seem like you want to like just push Eddie in like he been there the whole time. Like, you want to create this illusion like he only been gone for a month. Mm-hmm. Like, no, like, he been going out this lady life. So let's not be delusional about things, Mama Lou. Okay.
I wasn't worried about him when she was a Paul or that other man. So Jay, talk to us about Mama Lou. Are you on I'm the mama side? Are you on Jack's side? They both got a point.
I'm on Jack's side, and you know how they say midlife crisis? Well, this is old life crisis, okay? Because Mama Lou going through an old life crisis right now.
Not old
Okay.
life.
She she is, man, because like she is acting like she like in her 20s or something, just super messy. Like you're not paying attention and you just trying to force situations. And then sometimes, I love my mama, I love my daddy, I respect parents, but sometimes parents, they just kind of force things on us as kids, and it's not right. It's not right at all. So Mama Lou, man, you need to just stop. Just stop, because you're lonely. You're just lonely, and you're trying to get Eddie back in your life, or somebody, a man, period, to talk to, because you want to talk to somebody. Well, talk to them about something else, not about your daughter and her business. So yeah, I'm with everybody on the panel. Mama messy.
Mama get on
And
my
what did
nerves. I'm gonna
happen?
read. Go ahead, Letitia.
What did happen to the other dude, the last boyfriend? I will say that
He moved somewhere for some
he
time.
moved away, right? But did she get rid
Yeah.
of him somehow? Because remember last season,
So, because
wasn't there wasn't there a situation where they were sitting all at the table and Naima was like kind of standoffish about this man?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's the same one. Yep.
And they will, and
Mhm.
yeah, because Jax was worried if it was the same situation as her and
Situation.
Paul. So
Yep.
she got a
Yes.
little nervous. Let me read. She's
Because
always
we
late.
really didn't know that man. What the heck?
Exactly. Before we
Mhm.
move on from this, Jax should have told Loose Lips Lou that next time Jax speaks with her dad, Jax will tell him what was left out. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Because what did we say? She know if she tells Eddie about Paul, it's over. Okay, it's over. It's a wrap for Mama Lou. You know, Mama ain't trying to lose a little piece of man that she got for right now.
She don't take
Hell too.
accountability for nothing.
At all. At doggone all. Here go DeMarcus, Team Mama Lou. Oh look. Oh, he
Of
moved to
course.
Wyoming. We ain't get no explanation of that, but okay. They just said he moved. So F no shows up at the door, and it is Alex. He says we need to talk about Wendy, so she let him on in, and he's talking about reporters have been, messing with his business, and he needs 100K. Lord have mercy. And Kristen explains, listen, they are following everyone, and she does not have access to that type of money right now. So I just need you to, be cool, because I don't know how you blew through 10K already. And he basically just tells her, listen, you better figure it out, or he gonna call prosecutor Chad. And he says something about a home video. I don't know. Was it two of them rolling in the head? Because what home video do you have? Okay, because if it's something to do with the case, we need to know. So basically, he's just saying, she says, give us some time so we can get to what you need without the eye. So we got to find out, I guess, in another episode what he knows. Then we get a really quick scene where Daniel meets with Lewis. He starts to talk about his concerns with Eddie. He wants to borrow a tracker. I didn't know why you just couldn't get like an air tag or something like that, but okay, here we are. I don't know how this is going to fare because, Daniel is Jax's guy and here's her husband. I was honestly kind of surprised that Jax didn't get on Lewis for meeting up with her dad, but hallelujah, fine. So Daniel says, listen, let it play out first. But Lewis is like, nah. He don't want to wait. He don't know what's going to happen. So Daniel's like, I don't have a tracker to give. So, you can do a homemade one, or you can go onto the Amazon and order you one your doggone self. Lawrence, talk about F No showing up to the door and Daniel and Lewis.
Wow, that man Alex said, listen, I need 100K sent to the Cash App stat. He came in very bold. It was like, listen, it's about Wendy. If you don't want me to talk, I need that 100K. And of course, Kristen's like, well, our big concern right now is, about Ozzy. You know what I'm saying? But oh boy, Alex said, I ain't trying to hear that right now. They raiding the business. Thoughts about Alex? I mean, I think he's going to be a jealous guy. We'll talk about that later, but he's very jealous, I can see. And he's all about himself. I really don't like that dude. I know he's going to use the leverage that he has on Ozzy to try to further submit himself as being like the better guy, in my opinion. And Lewis, what are we doing, man? Like, I'm so over this Lewis aspect. First, you got your tail kicked, and now you're here ordering trackers on Amazon. I'm like, what are we doing? But I guess I think what Lewis is thinking that if I can win this over right here, this is going to basically let Jax know that her daddy's up to no good, that he's back on these drugs, and then that Jax is ultimately going to choose me, because I kind of feel like sometimes he's a little bit jealous of the dad a little bit now. But again, I'm over Lewis, this tracker situation. Let it go, man. Go talk to your wife. Let her know how you really feel about what's going on.
I agree. This is going to land him up in trouble. Jay, talk to me about Daniel and Lewis and F no Alex.
F no Alex, aka Byron. Okay, let's make sure we clear on that, because you know your girl Kristen, she is just trying to throw everybody off track. And your boy, this dude is crazy, man. Yo, he's a washed up actor, and you see it in his eyes. He wants revenge on Ozzy. He wants revenge on the family. He wants his money. He's just, to me, he's just a bum. He's a real bum to me. You know what I mean? And I really think that he's involved with the whole Smurda thing with Wendy. Possibly he may be involved with that, because anything to set up Ozzy, for Ozzy to go down, I think he's down for that. Lewis, man, he's so butthurt that he's trying to do anything to get his manhood back at this point, to be in better graces, because I'm sure he had to run home with his head tucked through his tail when he had to tell Jax, well, your daddy, he hurt my feelings because, you know, the kids told him everything and he used it against me. I'm sure that was the conversation we didn't see. And that's why Jax did what she did. But Lewis, man, he's just doing too much. You're doing extra. It's, you know, going to Daniel, you taking Daniel away from his work that he's doing with your wife, all right, for your ego, to fulfill your ego, to get your manhood back, to get it all back. So Lewis, again, this is another L for me for Lewis, man, because you're doing too much, and now you're getting Daniel involved and sneaking around your wife's back again, brother. Why? I don't think it's going to end up. I don't think it's going to end up good for Lewis again. I think it's going to be another L, and what he thinks is going on with, you know, Eddie going to the trap, because we seen the episode, right? Eddie going to the trap. I don't think that's the trap. I think that's something else.
Yep.
You know, I think he's just trying to find anything on Eddie just to get Eddie back, and I think it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, and I don't think he's jealous. I just think it's I'm the king over here. Here comes her father, who, you know, we said we don't want nothing to do with, but now Jax is giving him a chance. What happens to me as the father of the family? Because again, if you look at it, before Eddie came around, he's the only real male figure, adult male figure in the entire family. So now you got this OG coming through, and he laying it down on you, and he's doing a smackdown on you. You ain't feeling too good about yourself right now. Right. So Lewis, this probably going to end up and be another L for Lewis, man.
Lewis catching L's, Mo. Talk about it. He's taking Daniel away from what he needs to be doing. Him and Kristen got Daniel distracted. Talk about it.
Well, that's on Daniel. He always say no. That's a thing to do. But when it comes to Alex, yeah, I think he was involved some way, somehow, or he know what happened when went down with Wendy. And I still don't like the sister. She get on my nerves. Because she moves sketchy. I don't know. But him asking for $100K, and she said she need a few days, and I hollered when he said y'all Edwards are some high yellow sedity ninjas. Because he said I thought you was different. And yeah, so when it comes to Lewis, after he wiped them tears away from crying in the car, and now he want to try to defend his family again, is funny to me. But It's just Daniel for me. Daniel at first gave him some good advice. Said, why you just don't let it play out
Yep.
for a little bit? Because the tracker situation is usually my plan B or plan C situation. And that's when he gave him the Amazon, I guess, website to buy one. And yeah, I think he's kind of moving too fast. And I don't know if Eddie is relapsed or dealing drugs or whatever. He could be going to a sponsor house. Who knows?
Or a spades game.
That part.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like no
gambling.
spades game to me, but child, this ain't it, Lewis. This ain't it. Letitia, talk to me about Lewis and Mr. F. No, because where's the comment to make it enough? Because that's how I felt my spirit. Make it enough.
Speaking
This
of
one right here.
bums,
Boop.
speaking of
Make it enough.
bums, Lewis, sir, this ain't it. And not only that, but I thought you was the tech guy. So it's giving
part.
you lied on your resume too. like you're no better than Sam. Because how are you the whole
Is he
tech
the
guy?
tech guy? I thought he was game coding. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's tech.
Coding,
You have
tech.
something. You know something about something. You can't. I'm with you. Whoever said something about the AirPods. I mean, that's the least you can do. Think about it. AirPod. Like, come on now. Going to Daniel. You're just adding people to the whole plan, which is stupid anyway. So I'm done with Lewis. Everybody connected to Ozzy is looking guiltier and guiltier because stuff just is getting worse and worse. Because what is happening with y'all? I'm beginning to think that Wendy's murder was a group activity. Because a lot of these people are looking guilty.
I already said
I think it was a group project. I really do. Because all of these people, they benefit from Wendy not being in the way.
I said all in my video.
Including Byron, Alex. Because he had, just basically, well, we'll get to it later on, but, keeping him high will keep him paid. You know what I'm saying? Well, it also keeps him paid. If I can't get the acting roles, I might as well supply this celebrity who is getting the acting roles. But they're all benefiting in some way. So they're all looking real good to me.
He said he's the business.
Come on, group activity.
Child, I done forgot that he had them doggone cameras in the house. So yeah, he could have got him an air tag or something, child. She's always late, says she don't trust it. Lawrence, did I get your opinion on this? Was I asked you first? I done jumped around so much I don't even know where I went no more.
Yeah, you asked me. I was first.
I started with you? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, just making sure. So next up, we back in court. Next on the stand. Oh boy, we got this ex, the ex before Wendy. She had to let us know that, okay? I am the ex before Wendy. She's not happy with him, and we also have Ozzy's neighbor. We watched the video from the neighbor's camera of Ozzy yelling at Wendy. We saw that in like episode 1. And he says that Ozzy went inside and Wendy drove off, so we're not getting any discrepancies there. The neighbor says that basically Ozzy was hot-headed, that he'd be out there yelling at everybody. The DoorDash guy, the lawn man, he was just, he was a little hot-headed. And then the girlfriend is calling him the Hulk and saying that he grabbed her face, and she filed the police report. The neighbor wasn't concerned. He said, he liked to yell a little bit, but he didn't think that Ozzy was putting hands on nobody. But Jack stucks up with the 1-2, because Jax is like, I hear you and I see you and I raise you. And she brings up that Ozzy was the one who originally filed the restraining order when Miss Lady decided that she was going to come on over there and do or say whatever she was saying. We're going to start from the bottom with Jay and work our way up on these 2 new witnesses, the ex-girlfriend, DeMarcus, Anel Keys, and John Chain, the neighbor. See, he be on it.
From the bottom to the top.
Yep.
Yo, she crazy. She crazy. Crazy ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, you out of your mind. You know, you get okay, yeah, you just mad because now he moved on with a white girl. Okay, this is the typical situation. You know, he gets some money now. He gonna go with a white. She know she mad. She bitter about that. I don't know why she was there when she knew she had a restraining order against her. But guess what? That's why Jax is like the woman, because she was talking all that trash and saying how's this and that, and then she pulls out this paperwork like, yeah, read this. What is this? What is this? Huh? Huh? What is this? Oh, why was you over there? Why wouldn't he get mad? Because he got a restraining order against you, lady. You crazy. You out of your mind. Okay? You're not even a credible witness. Be gone. The neighbor. To me, he was very transparent. Because he's like, yeah, I've seen his behavior like this before. I've seen him get angry at the guy because he got his order wrong. I've seen this argument before, and this seems to be a regular thing. And I don't think much about it because this is nothing new to me. I'm his neighbor. I've seen this before. This doesn't lead me to believe that he took out his girlfriend, because they go through this all the time. In relationships, people fight all the time. So this is just another fight to me, right? So I like his transparency. It didn't really help the DA, but it definitely helped Ozzy. That it was like it's just a fight to me. It wasn't nothing.
Right.
Wasn't nothing.
He's seeing her drive off, so it ain't like
Yeah.
they was together.
Yeah. He didn't grab her or nothing like that, right? He didn't grab her in this instance. I don't remember the video if he grabbed her or not, but I don't think he did. I think she just ran away like we saw
No,
her.
he never grabbed her.
Yeah, he didn't touch her.
That's
They
scary.
were walking. Yeah.
Right. He was just angry at her, whatever, and that's something that he's seen before.
Mhm.
So I think that helped Ozzy, that it's like, yeah, this is just an argument. So Jax is on it though. Jax is definitely on it.
When you get on, leave your ass for a white girl. Talk about it, Mo.
When it got to these two and the way Jax was debunking everything, I'm like, damn, Prosecutor Chad, do you even do your homework? Like, with the whole this girl getting a police report on Ozzy for grabbing her face, and then I'm like, you didn't see that he had a restraining order? You just stopped there? Like, what are we doing with these witnesses? Like, you was not prepared at all. In your mind, you think this circumstantial evidence would be enough? No, it's not. You really got to do your homework, and he just looked stupid. Okay, in my opinion. But this ex-girlfriend, she was a hoot on the stand. I was just laughing because Jax was getting to her. It was funny. And the neighbor, like you said, he just telling what happened. Like, he argued with the delivery guy. What else is new? It's like everyday occurrence, and I was not concerned about anyone's safety that night. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
That DA was definitely not prepared. Letitia, I mean, are we thinking that Anela is a suspect? Because that's what the market says, or she just a bitter and scorned ex? Talk about it.
She's just a bitter and scorned ex, just bitter and salty. But my thing is, this witness list is giving they were grasping at straws. And then on the witness side, it's giving, I just want to be in the spotlight for this court case because this is a celebrity. Because girl, you knew you had that restraining order. That was just stupid of you to get on the stand. And the neighbor, I mean, is it customary that because the police used my footage that I have to get on the stand too? Because I don't want to be part of this mess. Just take the footage and keep it moving. Was it necessary for him to get on the stand to talk about stuff that we could see? You know what I'm saying? It was weird to me. Like, there was no and he didn't help. He did not help he didn't help the DA's case at all. So if anything, like I agree with Jay, he helped the DA. I mean, he helped Ozzy. So it was just completely unnecessary. Again, to me, they were giving clout chasers.
Yeah, just a little bit. Lawrence, what say you? Did the neighbor need to be there at all if we already had the video footage? And what about this ex-girlfriend?
No, the neighbor did not need to be there, but I agree with what everybody else said. But there's one little angle I'm going to take it a little bit different. Whenever they did roll that video in the court, I was looking at those jurors' faces, and we kept saying, I'm Ozzy Edwards, or whatever he was saying. Some of those jurors looked a little bit appalled at what he was saying. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a big role later on when we find out, is he guilty? Is it going to be free or not? But I really do think this video that came out in court could be potentially, I don't know. It could be a small, minor game changer. Just my opinion on that.
Yeah, some of the women did look disturbed by the volume of Ozzy's voice. Like, no, you're not up there screaming and hollering at the woman, but people have disagreements.
Mm-hmm.
So Jax, she goes to meet with Autumn and her girls. She starts talking to Autumn before the other ladies get there about Ozzy refusing to talk about Monica. And Autumn is just basically telling her, listen, it's a defense mechanism, and they're kind of worried about the schmooze, if it could have restarted, which it definitely has, because we already saw that. And Autumn suggests, maybe Jax talked to her dad to get some insight on Ozzy's addiction. Now, at first, I wasn't for it, but later on, it kind of helped with what we had going on. So Chanel and Sally come in. Autumn says she's 5 months. She thinks, it's a girl, small talk. And then we asking Allie about these kids and this raggedy husband. CJ, he's starting to ask questions. So they're going to have to, talk it out sooner or later. But Sally's being optimistic. So afterwards, they go outside. Jax gives an apology. She's apologizing for being harsh. And she thinks that, she should get off the roller coaster because it's hard to date your husband. She went through these things with Lewis. She's just worried about her friend going through the same thing. She don't want her to be the only one fighting for the marriage, because at least her and Lewis at some point were both doing some fighting. But she says she's going to support her either way. Sally appreciates it. They hug it out, one time for the hoe and one time for the, what did she call her? The hater. So that was cute. We're going to start with Lawrence and talking about Jack and her girls just quickly, and then we'll move on to her dad.
Yeah. So you say you want to talk about the girls currently?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to all the hoes and haters. Basically, I'm glad these two kind of basically patched things up, and I understand what Jax was saying. She's like, at the end of the day, I don't want you to have to pull the load without him trying to help you as well in this relationship. Trust me, I've been down this road, and it is kind of rough. You can get back to where I'm at, but again, it's very, very rough. So I am glad those two hugged it out. And yeah, thoughts about the hoes and the homies. I thought it was good.
Very, very cute. Letitia, talk to us about Jax and her girls talking it out about the case, and Sally and her raggedy.
I don't care about them. I really don't. I don't like Sally, and I just don't care. I don't care nothing about what they're talking about. The Uno reverse later on, okay, I can respect it, but I don't care that much. But as far as, are we talking about Jackson the daddy?
You can get into it. You can get into it real quick.
Okay. Because my bad, because I didn't say anything about the daddy, because I thought you were saying just
because we were talking about Jackson the girls for now.
Okay.
So I'll double back.
Okay.
So let's do the daddy real quick, and then we can double back around. So she goes to visit her dad, and she's asking him to respect her husband and not to show up unannounced. He's like you just did. I said, okay, touche, daddy, you got that one. So she says, last time, I talked and it was all about me. So, I want to hear your side of it. Let's talk about your addiction. I want to know, how did it start? And he basically says, the stuff was everywhere in the music industry. A cigarette became a joint, et cetera, et cetera. So Jax asked, who supplied you? He's like, a bandmate, promoter, managers, agents. My ears perked up. Jax's ears perked up. They use substances to control their artists, and they're more interested in the artist broken and whole. And then, viral, but he thought about her. He thought he was letting her down, and all of those things. But he says he loves her, and not to let his actions define him. And so they hug it out. You can kind of see that Jax is conflicted, and we see Mr. Lewis out there planting the bug on the daddy's car before he leaves. We're going to start with Mo and then Jay, and then we'll go back up to Lawrence.
Okay. Talking about the girls and dad, right?
Yeah.
Only thing I got out of the girls, is when Jax told Autumn about Ozzy and how Monica is the abuser. She just said, when Wendy out of the way, it probably start that cycle back up again of the abuse because and plus with his addiction. And we learned that Autumn is 5 months pregnant. I'm like, dang, time went by fast. Last episode, she just announcing her pregnancy.
Right,
Now
2
she's 5
seconds.
months. I'm like, yo. But yeah, so I like that hoes need hugs too. So the haters, that was cute. Yay. Good for them. Jack's dad, I like how she had the line of questioning, and she also told him to respect her husband and not come to the house unannounced because he made a joke. Because she said Louis working late, and he said, he make enough money to support his family and stuff like that. She ain't like that. She just told him to chill. But when it comes to addiction and stuff, I like how he laid it out. How like it's drugs at the music industry, unfortunately, and how those agents and managers and promoters will take advantage of said artists, and yeah, because it's a manipulation tactic to control the artists and to make them do whatever they want them to do. So I'm glad she was able to hug it out with her dad, and he said he don't want his past to dictate his future, I guess, or something like that. So it was good to nice see them, and Louis is stupid, just looking stupid right behind that car, just looking dumb. I cannot with him. I cannot. I really can't. It's just looking
I
dumb.
know. He's a little slow. Jay talk about Louis taking L's and Jack's talking to her daddy.
Hip hop haters, hoes, and haze. Okay. So I want to point out the fact that yes, Jax went there. She got exactly what she needed, right? She got more insight on how it happened, how it started, who was the influence to get him to be on the rugs and all of this and that. But I want to point out the fact that Eddie said, you know, while he was strung out and all this and that, he was thinking about her every day, wondering how she was doing, wondering if she was okay, praying that she was going to be all right. I think it was a good moment for them because he had an opportunity to really kind of share, you know, his inner thoughts and feelings while he was going through what he was going through, and how hard it was to kick it, you know, to kick the bad habits and everything and the addiction. Every time I'm looking at this picture of Louis, man, and it's just
Me too.
I'm just so ashamed of this man. Like I was fighting to try to defend this guy, but he's looking so pathetic right now. I'm like, why are you so pathetic, brother? Like, why are you doing this, bro? Just go and code a game or something, bro. Like, go to the gym. You don't have to do all this stuff. You know, if you're frustrated about the situation, most men will say, yo, bro, just go to the gym. Just work it out. You know what I'm saying? You want to drink? Let's go to the bar. He don't got nobody. That's what it is. He don't got a friend. He thought he had a friend until homeboy kind of betrayed him and tried to get him fired. But it's just, man, I don't feel sorry for him because he's doing it to himself, but I just feel disappointed as I'm looking at this picture. Another L, man. A big L, rest in peace. For real.
Because Louis was outside busy putting things on the car. Yes, we know that Jax is not going to tell Louis about being at her dad's hotel and how will this play out with Louis. Oh, Lord, I hate to see it. Lawrence and Letitia talk about Louis putting his bug on and Jack's going to see her daddy.
I think this is some closure that Jax was looking forward to finding out, you know, about her father's background. It called me crazy, but every time I look at Jax and this relationship with her dad, I see a little girl wondering about that abandonment. I feel like that has affected a lot of relationships, especially with men in her life, when it comes to the rejection from the father not being present in her home. And I'm hoping, for the sake of the show right here, I'm hoping that we can have a happy ending, hopefully, with Jax and her father. I hope they can continue to work it out as the show progresses. And I hope that they, like I said before, I just hope they can work it out, because I just feel in my heart of hearts that she kind of wants to let him in slowly, but she still got her guard up. I think they can work it out, hopefully. And I have no thoughts about Louis. I mean, he's going too far. I'm done.
Letitia, how you feel about Eddie? Do you trust Eddie? Are you more sympathetic to Eddie? Talk about this scene real quick.
I mean, every little girl wants their daddy, and you can tell that she has had to learn how to be strong, because even when he went to go hug her, she was stoic for a quick second until he really, she finally got a chance to melt into her daddy. And I think this is what she has always wanted. This is all, I believe this is also the conversation that he has been wanting to have with her for so long. So I was happy to see this. I feel like, I don't know if I'll say it's closure, but I will say it was a breakthrough, and it's open door for them to be able to, patch up this relationship. They can't change anything about the past, but they can change what's going on to the future. But this scenario with Lewis and with the daddy from last week just shows just how petty men can be too, and how y'all spend it. I'm thinking like, now Lewis, ain't Spencer home? Shouldn't you be spending time with your son? And you over here being petty because that man hurt your feelings last week. By the way, it was your own fault. Again, you go into a place unarmed. And I don't mean, with artillery. I mean, he didn't go armed with his words or nothing, and got told the hell up. That was your own fault. Take the L and go learn from it. This is just a disgrace. Lewis, do better, sir.
Do better, Lewis.
You look a mess.
Right now. He's Ellen.
You
right
look
now.
a mess.
Do better. We just going to quickly go through these two quick courtroom shenanigans before we get to our next witness. So Alex, he goes and meets with the prosecutor, and he says he's going to need protection. He's so full of crap. Daniel starts talking to Crystal about getting a gift for what's her face, and she's like, did you go on a date? Y'all straight people don't like to tell each other you like each other. And she starts talking about she know how to please the woman. And Daniel says, so does he. He used to be called the Cape Town Casanova. And then he whispers something in her ear. She looking a little high. And I said, oh, wow. And what are we doing with them pinkies, Daniel? What are we doing with them pinkies? Moving on. Wendy's assistant, can't remember her name. DeMarc's going to tell me in the comments. She takes the stand. Now, she says she's worked with Wendy for 2 years.
Nisha.
Thank you. How can I forget Cash Doll? That's what I want to call her. She worked with Wendy for 2 years. She says Ozzy's hot and cold, and she knew that Wendy was very serious. She wouldn't miss Vanity Fair, so that's why she started to, make the phone calls to figure out what was going on. But Ozzy say he didn't know, and personally, he did not care. So Jax gets up there again. She's like, well, didn't Wendy frequently disappear and, come back into town after a while after they, fought? And she's like, yeah, you're right. Have you witnessed any violence? No, she hasn't. But, he was mean. Jax, again, mean don't mean that he was, putting them paws on him. So she's like, Wendy made her want more. And Jax is like, oh, you mean like to take over? She says, say what? She sent an email to the client saying she'd be taking over operations after 3 days of Wendy disappearing. Mo, talk about it.
That was funny. I was like, oh, she egg on her face when she revealed that 3 days after your employer went missing. Mind you, she's the assistant, so it was just wild how she just emailed Wendy clients and say, I'm taking over, and yeah, you gotta see me. I was like, yo, they make her look snakish at best, but I don't know, so snakish that is she a suspect to causing an unalivement? She could be potential. It's given potential suspect, okay? The way she just moves with Wendy clients like that, taking over. And not even batting an eye. I'm like, the lady body hasn't been found yet. She just automatically takes over. Is wild to me. And Daniel and his nasty pinkies, I don't know. He was doing double fisting. What should be double fisting?
I don't know what he's doing. Pinky.
I don't know.
Oh
no. But Alex said,
"Now reasonable doubt after dark, child."
Just a little bit. Lawrence, what's Alex doing with these pinkies, and what's up with Nisha, and
Wow. Yeah. Shout out to Daniel in the pinky game, man. Wow. They say if you use that pinky, it can be a game changer. Anyway, moving right along. When it comes to Alex and Nisha, they both are snakes, right? And like Mo said, I agree with what Mo said. Like, yo, it's only been 3 days, and you're sending out email saying, yo, I'm the captain now? Like, really? Like, what are we doing right here? So I just feel like it's so much snake behavior with those two right there. We knew Alex was going to switch sides immediately whenever they could not get 100K sent to the Cash App. I'm joking about the Cash App. I don't know if you can even send 100K there anyway. But as I was saying, we knew he was going to switch sides, and he did that. And Chad thinks now, this is going to help him get on the up and up. But of course, later on, we'll talk about how the up and up didn't really help him out the way he thought it was going to be. Yeah, snake vibes, man. Big snake vibes. And now I'm thinking Nisha could have been a suspect. Maybe it's a group project, like y'all was stating earlier. That's a good thing about the show. This is a good thing about the show. I've been riding with the sister. I've been thinking with the sister. Then I think it was Monica. Now I'm thinking Nisha. This is a good thing about the show, man. I'm done. Shout out to the Pinkies, man.
Kristen's so high up on my list. Letitia, what say you? What's going on with Nisha? Is she added to the suspect list?
I say she is part of the group project. She is also one who benefits from Wendy being gone.
I agree. Jay, your thoughts on the Pinkies? Alex is old, stinking behind, running straight to the prosecutor after he didn't get that 100K in 30 minutes. And Nisha taking over the business in 3 days.
Put your pinky rings up to the. Okay, so
Shout out to Bruno Mars.
Shout out to Bruno Mars, but nasty ass Daniel, you mother freaking pimp, you a Bruce Lee pimping pinky dude. All right, you pinky from now on to me. Okay, that's what you are. You pinky, big pinky. All right, all you need is a Jerry curl. Anyway, Alex Hill, he's a bum. I already said that. Nisha, okay. It looks mad suspicious. It does. And we could easily say, yeah, she's down, right? Yeah, she's part of it. But at the same time, we do have clients that we got to take care of. Now, again, she was the assistant. I'm trying to just look at it from a different perspective. Not to say that she ain't part of it. I'm just trying to look at it from a different angle. If I'm the assistant to somebody for years and they go missing, but we still have clients to serve, and I still have to do what we have to do for the business, I'm going to send an email. I'll be like, hey, I'm not going to alarm you, but I'm going to say, hey, I'm taking over for now, taking over the operations just to help you. So I'm going to be the person that you contact, okay? From a different angle, like I said. I'm with her being down with the group and taking out Wendy. But again, I want to throw that in the ring that she was innocently doing that. Ozzy, boy. Ozzy is lucky he got Jax and Bill. Because Bill's doing this thing too. Let's not forget, Bill is doing this thing. Because Bill pointed out, did we mention it? That Bill pointed out something that the dude missed before, and I don't think we talked about it. But Bill is doing this thing too.
So. Oh, yeah, he's definitely helping.
Yeah, Bill is doing his thing too. Bill is on point. Too. So, other than that, man, y'all said mostly everything. I mean, nasty ass Daniel, boy. Pinky, that's your name. Let's move forward.
I agree with Jay. Words are very important. If she had said maybe perhaps I'm temporarily taking over for Wendy while she's out the office for a little while, and then I'm just going to be the point person if you need anything till she gets back, instead of making it seem like you knew what had happened to her and that she wasn't coming back. So that's kind of what puts her on that suspect list.
Yeah, she said that she was the new owner, like it was her business.
Yes.
Yeah. So it would be different if she just said, on behalf of Wendy, I'll be your contact person.
No, Nisha said, I'm in charge of the girls. I'm in charge of it all now. Baby, Lewis is following Eddie, and it looks like Eddie's up to something. We don't know. I don't think it's a spade games. Is he dealing the product? Is he using the product? We don't know. But, Lewis is... a conversation could be had because you could just let. Never mind. We're gonna move on.
No, the
Anyway.
last conversation that was had, he ran into the cars.
No,
Right.
not a conversation with Eddie. Clearly, he can't handle that. But let Jax have that conversation with her daddy, and maybe he can get to it. Jax, this is the showdown that we was kind of looking for. Jax pulls up on Monica. She is looking for the truth. You are more than his agent. And she says, sometimes my job is to take care of his needs. And Jax says, and your own too. I said, ooh, okay. So she's basically saying she'll never get back what she. Oh no, Jax says he'll never get back what you took from him at 13. That's the nasty part, Monica. Okay, if y'all want to be consensual adults, fine, but the 13 is creepy. But she tells Jax that you don't know what I've sacrificed to protect him from enablers, as if she's not one herself.
Right.
And then she says, horse like Wendy. So Jax is like, so you took her out? And she's like, she can't wait to expose her. But Monica said, she ain't do that. Okay, I know who I am, but do you? You didn't care. You was bored until these charges came up. Now all of a sudden you got billable hours. She's asking her if she's a monster too, and that they're both of them being close to Ozzy benefits them for money, respect, validation. And she just basically tell her, I'm gonna need you to stay away from Ozzy. Lewis goes and tells Daniel that he tracked Eddie. He's more concerned. He thinks he's relapsed. He needs his help. Daniel say he gonna do it for a cost. I said, yikes. We gonna squeeze this one last scene in here because it's confrontations and investigations. Chanel goes to visit Sally's husband, Chris, and tells him to stop treating Sally like a punching bag, that she messed up because she ran, so she messed him up. But he's saying, I'm the first homeowner in my family, so he's a little salty about it. But she's like, listen, I don't expect you to get over it, but if you don't want her, you don't want me, then don't talk to me, Fantasia. Walk away. This is not what you want. It's not what we need. She deserves better. And we will get into whether she's right from this. Let's break this into bits and pieces. Lord Jesus, Lawrence, talk about Lewis following the doggone daddy. What you think daddy was up to?
I don't think the dad is. I think this plan is going to backfire on Lewis. I could see it happening later in a couple episodes now, where Eddie may be doing something with music or something different. But I don't think. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I don't think Eddie is necessarily back on them drugs. I think it's going to be a bad witch hunt for Lewis at the end of the day.
I agree. Letitia, talk about Jax confronting Miss Monica.
I hate when wrong people are right, because the way she clocked Jack's insecurity and her childhood trauma, I was like, good Lord. She was right, but still, baby, you was wrong. And don't act like you are not a whole predator, ma'am. 13, absolutely not. You should be up under the jail.
Amen. Mo, what say you? Right message, wrong messenger with Monica and Jax. You could also throw in there about Lewis if you care, but at this point, Lewis is just taking L, so there's that.
No, I don't care about Lewis, but yeah, it was the message for me. I just like how she says the monster and Jax, and how she see it, how her eyes lit up when he was a suspect of unaliving, and how she was bored when they had dinner about the NDA. So she noticed the difference, and she said it's due because they didn't get validation at home.
She did.
I was like, yo, clock that T. I was like, yo, you could tell she got to Jax in that moment. She like, yo.
Oh yeah.
It was written on Jax's face.
Clutching her pearls.
Right, that's what she had to step up and say, stay the F away from Ozzy.
Right. Jay, talk to us about, was Chanel in the right to go visit Chris after she done made them people lose her house? And how do you feel about Jax confronting Monica?
Chanel need to go sit down. Okay? Like, you've done enough. Okay? All right. I mean, yeah, your cousin tried to look out for you. Okay? Your cousin, she put herself into a bind. Sally put herself into a big bind against her husband, the
Mhm.
first black man in his family to have a house. Do you know what that means to a black man to be the first in his family to have a house? And Chanel like, yo, it's over, son. Don't worry about it. Like, whatever. You don't have a house no more. Don't worry about it. Like she really did not. She was so insensitive about his feelings.
Mm,
I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, this was all for you, and you should be more thankful and grateful that Sally put up the house and that you got bail. You know what I'm saying? But she was on some like, it's really all about my cousin. I don't want you hurting my cousin. You should need to stay out of their business. That's what you need to do. Go sit down, man. Handle your own life. I think they just threw in there because we didn't see her all this season. It was like for nothing.
Yeah, they
'cause
just
I don't
started
think-
pulling her in there.
I don't think we're gonna see her again. It's like go sit down, Chanel. Go sit down. How do you become a bigger devil? I mean, how do you beat a devil by becoming a bigger devil? We got that from Beauty and
Okay,
Black, right?
Mallory.
So you know, I'm looking at these two, and I'm not saying that they're both devils, but we know that Monica's a devil. But she saw the evil in Jack. She saw that side. She pointed it out. I was like, damn, son. You right, Letitia. Man, damn. Like she pointed out, like she got your number, B. She got you. You know what I'm saying? And then it takes me back to the first episode where Corey Cash is like, come on, man. You know you like the drama. You know you like these crazy murder cases. It's all pointing to Jax and her obsession for drama. The extra earner drama. You know what I'm saying? So
End of this season.
that's what she wants. That's what she wants. And my thing is this. I said this on another live. Will Monica try to double back? And again, this is so far-fetched. But will Monica try to double back, go to the firm and says, your attorney was very unprofessional to me, and she accused me of the murder of my whatever.
I hope not.
And you know, I don't know if she would do that, if she's brave enough to do that, because then at the same time, Jax could expose what she kind of knows.
Yeah, because they were
she doesn't
supposed
have
to bring
proof.
that up in court, and they still have yet to
Right.
bring that up. So you know,
Right,
it's episode
right.
5.
So we'll see. We'll see how that runs down with that.
So Alex is about to take the stand. Prosecutor Chad, he goes over to talk to Jax's friend Mike, and he's looking for insight in her weaknesses. He's got a new key witness, and he says, you know, Jax's weaknesses is she believes in people, she sees them as the person, and she's too emotionally connected. So that's how they figure they're gonna go at her. Bill also gets this updated witness list too, and he thinks like, oh, okay, this is good. We could corroborate Ozzy's alibi. But Jax is like, no, keep reading. They got to go over there and pay Ozzy a visit because Ozzy ain't telling them nothing. Why didn't you tell us? Because he went MIA. And why is that? Because he needed to protect himself. Bill wants to know, is that because, you know, you took Wendy out? And he says, listen, we argued. I called Alex for some candy. He came over. We got high. We passed out. So Jax is like, you passed out or you don't remember? He said he passed out. And Jax is like, Alex is going to testify that he drove you there to the cabin after they got high. So it's about to be a whole behind mess. We get to the stand. He starts talking about, you know, they were co-stars on My Cousins and Them. You know, their relationship was up and down. His family wasn't ish. He hung out with Ozzy's family a lot, but then, you know, Ozzy got big, and so he kind of got pushed to the side for his famous friends. It's giving him a little salty. But he says he didn't take it personal. So we get to what happened the night in question. He said, listen, you know, I did what a friend does. I drove up there. I dropped my plans. I took a road trip. You know, he got the toll receipt. He said he stayed in the car while Ozzy went inside. And then after he was taking a while, he peeked in the window, saw them arguing, and got back. And Wendy was crying. He going to get back in the car and drive off after he heard the Pum Pum shots, which you're not going to call the authorities. You're not going to know. You're just going to drive away like a coward. Got it. Just lying. So he left and drove himself home. And he says, you know, there was no one else in the house. And he didn't go to the police because he didn't want to get on Ozzy's bad side. But he decided since he had this deal, he's going to do what was right. We're going to go with Lawrence and then Letitia. We're going to talk about this, and then we'll get into Jax's cross. So
Mm.
what about this witness list, Jax's weaknesses, and him taking a stand with the prosecution?
So Alex at this point in time has nothing to lose when I think about it. It's kind of like we know that he was supplying drugs that was, exposed. He was like, oh, this is my business, whatever. But I feel like he's just fearless and he's, speaking his truth. And what was the other part? I'm missing some other part you were saying. What was the ending?
Just the prosecutor going to Mike for advice on Jax, and then them just kind of confronting Ozzy before Alex even gets on the stand.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they love to claim that Jax is so emotionally attached or whatever, but I feel like with this case right here, as of right now in this episode, I felt like Jax was kicking butts. So the whole emotional attachment aspect, I didn't see it because we know later Chad is going to get pissed off and, stuff is going to go haywire with the witness Alex, and Chad's going to throw all his papers across the desk because he feels like now he has been bamboozled. So thoughts about that right there. Alex, like I said before, I just feel like he's jealous and about the acting career, how his didn't necessarily take off, and how Ozzy kind of switched up in the end, choosing different type friend groups to hang around with. And again, he ain't got nothing to lose right now except for that so-called little cannabis business, I guess you could say, that he got.
Leticia, talk about Alex taking a stand and saying he drove that man there, waited in the car, heard that lady crying, heard fume and drove off. Lord Jesus.
He just up there lying. That's all I got for Alex, him up there lying. But that opposing counsel, because I can't remember his name, but he is giving his job is on the line, and he clear, and I see why, because he does not do his homework about his witnesses. He just throw anybody up there and they just be saying any old thing. Child, you ain't. I feel like your preparation should have been a cross. You should have, who you're dealing with. You're dealing with Jax. You should have thrown all kinds of questions to this man for him to be prepared. He looked nice and calm, cool, and collected. Alex did. But child, he still had to tell the truth at the end of the day. Like, the answer was no. He didn't. I mean, he did these things. Yes, he was getting high with Ozzy. Yes, he supplied him that night. He just, again, not prepared at all whatsoever in this opposing counsel. Baby, your job is on the line, and as it should be. I hope you fired after this.
Maybe Chad need him a mock jury or something. So I'm gonna get into Jax's cross. Then we're gonna go to Mo and Jay. So Jax crosses. She asked, is there a photo of the two of you together? Nope. All he got is a toll receipt. Ain't no photos from the toll booth. Nothing. Okay, cool. So you have no physical proof that Ozzy was in the car. She starts asking, like you say, what do you do for a living outside of acting? Because we know he ain't been acting in a minute. He says he is the CEO of his own business. So she pulls out his rap sheet and says, "Sir, what's this? Are you selling the narcotics? Huh? Are you providing? Did you get provided with immunity?" So of course he got provided with immunity. And she asked, "Did you sell to my client?" Of course he did. On the night in question, of course he did. So this when Jax starts to trip him up. She says, "How high was he?" "Oh, he was pretty high. He was in and out all night." "Oh, so he was in and out all night, but he was cognizant enough to, commit unlivings." I said, got him. So he's like, "I've seen him do scenes and no one knew he was high." Scenes, and that is a whole different thing. He hasn't had an acting job in years, and people like Ozzy are basically how he survives. This is what Jax is telling the people what you already know. So she's like, even if that means, you're doing something illegal, like committing perjury. And then, like I said, later we see Chad over here crashing out because he don't got no legal skills. Talk about it, Mo. Jax's cross.
Well, she ate with her cross because all Chad had was the toll receipt, and Alex had a toll receipt. She said, "Did you have like a physical? Did y'all take a picture that Ozzy was there with you?" He said no, and then and then she gave him I guess a folder, and it was his rap sheet. And he's selling drugs, and that's his business. And he acts so nonchalant about he don't even care as long as he get paid. He don't care how high Ozzy get or the person gets. He doesn't want to know. He just getting his paper, okay? And his story just fell apart because like how are you gonna say he's in and out of it? How you coherent or, like you said, cognitive enough to unalive Wendy? It's just like, yo, and I'm like, Prosecutor Chad, you is not fighting back. It's like, I don't see how you pass school if you went to school to get to where you are. It's like, what you do? Type in Chat GPT, like, what we doing? Like, you shortcutting this whole thing. It's just like wild to me. That he's not doing his homework on Alex. Like, and Alex bamboozle you to get him a deal. And I need to know, like, I need to know the terms of this immunity deal. Like, was there some stipulations in it? Like, because he's supposed to be telling the truth and he lied. So since he lied, I think it's immunity.
I was just saying, I hope they come up too, because he's talking about he's CEO. Then get his ass for tax evasion, then shit.
That part. I would say if he lied on the stand, that should null and void his immunity deal, right? Because I don't know the stipulations that they had set up for the deal of this immunity that he so-called got from dumbass Prosecutor Chad. So
not doing his damn job.
He played.
Bring it home. Talk about Jax eating Alex's behind up on that stand.
Pause on the eating behind. Okay, so
pause. My bad.
Super pause on that. Alex is a bum. Alex is a dumbass. Alex is a jealous, hating ass, beach ass Negro. Okay, that's what he is. That's what we call him on the street. Okay, dude, Chad, yo, he's the worst. Letitia, he's supposed to be running for office. Remember, Bill kind of tricked him in how they were going to arrest Ozzy, and Bill kind of tricked him like, you don't want to arrest him like this, you want to arrest him like that. So Chad wants to run for office. That's why he's going crazy, because he is being humiliated by Jax, like murdered. I'm not going to say he's being eaten up, but he is getting murdered. Like he's looking so stupid right now. Like, Chad, you're like the wrong guy for the job. You should never, ever try to prosecute anybody ever again, because you don't. Leticia, you mentioned it. He doesn't do his research. You didn't know. I mean, yeah, you gave the man immunity, but you didn't know that Jax would pull out the rap sheet, bro? Like, what are you thinking?
Small fries. That's basic.
Yeah, that's bro. Like you are not even playing. You're not even in the chess game or the checkers game. Like, you're on the side watching, and you don't even know how the game go. That's how he looks. So I'm like, bruh, like, you terrible, terrible. So to me, he's not a formidable enemy, as we say, right? He's not a formidable enemy to Jax, because Jax is so smart, so clever, so we got it all together, bruh. You might as well go and yeah, just go cry in your little room there and throw everything around.
Go on and crash out in the car.
That's it.
Like DeMarcus reminds us that he has immunity, so he wouldn't be surprised. They all got, well, I don't know about all, but they all looking a little suspect, and he is definitely one of the people looking suspect. HFG says his testimony wasn't even credible. I agree. All the prosecutor did was introduce another potential suspect and mess up their case, because what are we even doing here? What are we even doing here? And poor Chad, he is about to be clocking out by the end of the season, packing his little desk up. I agree. We're about to wrap this thing up. Let me go to the next one. We're going to get into Sally and her husband, and damn Daniel and Kristen and Ozzy calling, I was about to say Mercedes, Monica. So Sally has just finished giving her man some loving, on her husband as of the moment, Chris, and she's about to leave because she got to go to work, and he invited her to Big Mama's house for Thanksgiving. So she's like, okay, I'm surprised. What's going on with that? He says he doesn't want the kids to be affected. So she says, do you want us to be together as husband and wife? Yes or no? I want us to be there for the kids while we figure this out. So she's like, here you go, sir. Thank you. Love to see it. Here's the divorce papers, and my lawyer will be in contact, which even though, you know, she is the one that messed up, you can't keep stringing that lady along. So I don't know why he just didn't come up with them papers. And if she was going to do what she was going to do, she was going to do what she was going to do. But I digress. Kristen, she goes to visit Daniel, and he's like, you know, I know Alex is Ozzy's alibi and F no, and, you know, why did you lie? And she says, you know, he was a hanger-on, and he'd ask for Ozzy's help through her, but she says that she did not know about the pharmaceuticals. That's the story she's telling. She's sticking it to it. So she says that she's glad that Alex is out of their lives for good. So you know her method. Put that tongue in Daniel's mouth and throw him off the case. Throw him off her scent. And they, you know, he just starts taking off the shirt. She hit him with that damn Daniel. They get down to business. And he's getting a call, which is Jax leaving a message to look into Monica's alibi because she thinks that Monica took Wendy out. I guess we'll get there. And then lastly, we have Ozzy calling Monica because he needs to talk. And he can't believe that Alex got up there and lied on him a whole while she got a bloody item. And he's like, what are you doing? Hello? And she says she's protecting him and puts the item in the burn, baby, burn fire. Jay, what say you? Do you want to talk about Sally and Chris, or you want to just skip to Kristen?
I want to talk about it all. I want to react to all of it real quick. Okay, real quick. So my man, what's his name? He
Chris.
There you go. Thank you, brother. He was not going to deliver any papers because he was pounding the pavement on his wife without the strings attached. You know what I'm saying? They was like dating. So I mean, you know, he ain't going. At first it was like, I want to uncouple. I want to uncouple. No, okay, you want to uncouple, but you want to continue to pound the pavement. You know what I'm saying? You want to continue to beat that, you know, smack that, flip that, rub it down, and all of that. Right. But at the same time, I'm glad Sally did what she did, and I'm glad she took the advice of Jax. The back and forth. She ain't want that. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to stay with him and she wanted to work this thing out, but he was playing games. So yeah, man, get rid of this cat. Damn, Daniel, you take off your shirt real quick, looking like Bruce Lee, man. Okay. Mr. Pinky Man yourself. I don't know. I really still don't trust Kristen, man. I really don't trust her. Like, yeah, she may be giving up the goods, but this is gonna blow his mind. This is gonna throw him off.
Mm-hmm.
But is that her intention, or does she really want to have a nerdy boyfriend? You know what I'm saying? When she took off her glasses, she looked kind of cute. But yeah, Mr. Pinky, he's going listen, he might have to get fired because he's really tainting the whole, you know, what they need to do. He's not doing his job. You know what I'm saying? Jax is calling him. He getting some booty. Come on, we know Daniel don't get booty, but obviously, you know, like Jax don't know that. Jax don't know his old pimp life. You know what I'm saying? She don't know that part. All right. And you know, the fact that Monica, I'm still trying to figure out, what is this item, as you say? Is it a shirt? Is it her dress? I see a hand on there, like a fingerprint. Like I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a shirt. Okay. It's a shirt. Mm-hmm. So if it's a shirt and she said, I'm saving you, and we just came off of this whole Alex, aka Byron, taking the stand, did she go ahead and smurder Byron and throwing his stuff and burning his shirt? Like, that's what
DeMarcus wants to know. Could she be burning up Alex's shirt? That's what DeMarcus said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, Monica is something. She is something. She's that agent you kind of don't want because you don't want to be molested at a young age, but you do want her because it looks like she can get stuff done to save you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Every single time. So how do you the best way to know the best way to beat the devil is to know the devil and to work with the devil. She's the devil, and she's going to keep me in business. If I was Ozzy, that's what I would be saying, because I'm crazy singing, thong songs. All right. And
myself in the mirror.
There you go. So that's about it. That's my reaction.
Mo, what say you? Do you listen? This is a Marcus's theory. We'd be interested if Kristen paid Alex to unalive Wendy. What do you have to say about Kristen? What is she hiding? Is she keeping Daniel at bay from knowing the truth? Whose shirt is Monica burning up? And how do you feel about Sally and Chris? Or do you just not give a doggone?
I don't give a care about Sally and Chris. I mean, I'm glad she's moving on. I'm glad she taking the advice of Jax, and I'm glad she is like thinking about herself because, like Jax said, I don't want you to be the only one fighting for the relationship, and she is. And even after a visit from Chanel, he's still doing the same, and he acting so surprised. That's what gets me. A divorce? Like, what are you talking about?
He threw that
I
big
don't know.
mama
I'm
thing in
so
there like
shocked.
he was doing something, child.
All right, so yeah, so good for Sally, I guess. Daniel, I could just slap him down. I just can just slap him down. I just want to slap him on the back of his head. But I don't know what she had, but I know when she was talking to when Kirsten was talking to Daniel, she had her back turned as she was talking. I'm like, why you not looking at him as you saying these things about Alex or F no in your phone? It's very suspicious. And she said, I don't want to talk about it no more. Then she used her womanly wiles to seduce Daniel, which is easy at any given point. I mean, if she blink hard or blow in his eye, he'll buckle down to his knees. But it don't take much to get Daniel at this point with her. And yeah, she definitely hiding something. And I don't know what it is, but like Letitia said, that it could have been a group effort. It's a group project. And then they definitely need to look at Monica alibi for sure. Not just Monica, Kirsten. What was Kirsten alibi? Did she get an alibi, y'all?
I don't think so, child. I don't really remember, but I feel like
everybody
no.
need an alibi, and the parents too. We ain't see the parents in a minute. Where they at?
Yeah, we need to get back to them
We
parents.
don't see them in the course silent, but I don't know what's this the shirt for the scratches. I don't know. I don't know.
I think she was the one
Indy's
leaving them
blood or
scratches.
this is Ozzy blood from the scratches. I don't know. It could be either or.
Letitia, she's always late, said Big D Daniel is gonna mess up Jack's case, and Monica will find out. Talk about these last couple of scenes.
I agree with that. Now, Chris, you were still hurt and you wanted Sally to hurt, but you let your pride get in the way and she put down the big joker. So now game's over, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Oh well, now you done lost the house and then you done lost the wife too, child. You're just doing too much. You let it go too far. And as far as Kristen and Daniel, you're sabotaging. You're doing too much. Dang, Jay, you didn't have to say you have to fire him, but I lightweight agree. Like, you may have to be off this case because you jeopardizing the whole situation. And Monica, she's going for extra credit on the group project. So I don't know whose stuff that is she burning, but it is giving that there are more than just her involved. And she is kind of the project manager. And she's taking care of the rest of the business. Yes. She's making sure that they're gonna get an A for covering up the situation. A for Ozzy.
It's crazy how Daniel the only one getting booty right now, besides Chris.
Jax getting some. You know, her and Louis ain't gonna miss an opportunity to get something.
Jax do it 3 times a day.
Okay.
HFG says it was definitely a group project. That's the direction we're going in. Hope Lee says she does not think that it was Monica, but the mother and the sister possibly. I think Letitia's right. Even if she ain't, she's in charge of the girls. Lawrence, what say you?
Wow. Shout out to the group project. We are all riding with Letitia on her group project. Great idea. Great theory, Letitia. Wow. I'm glad Chris and Sally calling it quits. Standing it for the kids is the worst thing you ever could do. So I'm glad they finally called it quits. We don't care too much about the storyline. I do hate the situation about his house. How, he talked about, I belong with my family to a house. I do hate that right there. Poor Daniel, he said if it's up, then it's stuck, literally. Pinky's up also. Kristen doing what she gonna do. Seduce this man right here. When we start asking too many questions, let's not talk about Alex. He's like, oh, okay, we take off our glasses, we kissing and dressing, is what it is. She knows how to use that body to seduce him. And Monica is at the cabin, I believe, burning somebody's shirt. And like Jay said, that's an agent that is going to get things done, but that's an agent that is very, very dangerous, because I do believe that she's basically a enabler, and she can't be trusted. So shout out to everybody in the group project. As the episodes go on, we'll find out the truth about who's running the show with the group project, or if it's just one person. But right now, I'm with everybody else. It's a group project out here, baby.
Yes, Lord.
And it just occurred to me. It just
Yeah.
occurred to me that Kirsten is doing her part. That's the part that's her part of the project, is to distract Daniel.
Right.
Oh, Kristen, yeah.
Yeah, that's her part.
DeMarcus had said earlier that Crystal, Jackson's assistant, could find out that Daniel's involved with Kristen, tell Jackson. This could cause Jax to get dismissed from the case because this is a conflict. Well, it's his conflict of interest, not hers. I don't know about that, but Daniel is not looking so good. She's always late, has a point. Does anybody have a policy on Ozzy?
Probably
his mom. I'm sure mom got a policy.
Definitely one of them do, or all of them.
Mm-hmm. We go back and check them parents out next couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And yes, I love how this show makes everyone a suspect and keeps you on the edge of your seat. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's always late. So she's still on the dad. I want to know what Wendy's secret is, but we done spent a lot of time on this one episode that we gave like an 8. We gave like an 8. So let me take this down, and we're gonna go around the room, and we're gonna start with Lauren and let the people know what you got going on your channel.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's really major on my channel right now is basically Reasonable Doubt. Got my last review of the last episode. Make sure y'all also check out our roundtable discussion with Tony. The whole team was together. We got a chance to talk to Tristan Cunningham, aka Tony. Make sure y'all check it out. We had a good time with her. She's so nice. And yeah, that's it. It's just not too much appealing to your boy right now in the movies or the TV. Like I'm trying to find something else to talk about besides Reasonable Doubt. There's not a lot out there that interests your boy right now. So we're just writing Reasonable Doubt for the time being. But when some new good content comes aboard, I will be covering it.
Okay.
I hear you. Keep those notifications on. Lighten up with Letitia. What you got going on your channel?
Yes. So yeah, don't forget to check out our interview with Tristan. That was a great time. Also join us every week for Reasonable Doubt. And I'm a little bit behind, but if you are a fan of Beyond the Gates, make sure you are checking out my shorts. I do have one that I posted last week, so please go ahead and check that out and run that one up. But I'll be back with them this week. Don't forget to keep your notifications on. And also the Family Business season 6 is coming back October the 23rd. So make sure you keep the notifications on. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And again, as always appreciate being up here with the crew.
Amen. Thank you for coming through. Mo 69 Ways. What you got going on your channel?
I know last Friday I did that weekly Beyond the Gates with Inga. It was a good time. I saw y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for coming through and chatting with us. But also Saturday, Candy Love hosted the Monsters, the Egging story. That was good. It was interesting. And if y'all haven't checked it out, y'all should. At your own leisure. If y'all gonna check it out and it's not your thing, you can also on Netflix you can speed it up to watch it faster. Like it lets you go up to 1.5 speed to make the episode go by fast. I'm just saying. But if you having a hard time watching it, but
it's just 8 hours of content.
Yeah, but when you speed it up, it's less.
Right.
But Wednesday we have Sisters live after show with Tamika and Candy and probably Shayna. And I think that's it. And probably Beyond the Gates again for this week.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Big KJ, what you got going on over there?
All right, all right. Kira, great job on the hosting. All right, and thank you guys
Thank you,
for
thank
the
you.
live tonight. Definitely a pleasure to be with y'all. Yeah, so we getting charged up. We're getting ready for the family business next Thursday, the 23rd. You know, so check out my first reaction to the trailer. Check out my trailer breakdown. All right. Of course, I'm going to be doing the character breakdowns and situation breakdowns, especially with LC and mother freaking Junior bugging out. It's going to be crazy. So check that out. And of course, we'll continue with the Reasonable Doubt. You already know. And then we're waiting on Power Book for Force with your boy Tommy, aka Bill, aka you already know. So that's coming in November. So it's gonna come quick, family. So keep your notifications locked in and make sure you check out. If you don't see anything on TV, go and check out my shorts and get a laugh because I'm having fun with this AI stuff. So go enjoy yourself with that. And yeah, just keep your notification bells on and we'll see you soon.
Yes, yes, we got a bunch coming in November because I think Bel Air is back in November, and DeMarcus is reminding us All's Fair on Hulu the 4th with Kim Kardashian, Glenn Close, Niecy Nash, and Tiana Taylor. As for me and my channel, y'all, please keep your notifications on. It's baby steps. I got my pinky toe in the water and we got the temperature reading and all of that. Go check out the monster panel that we did on Saturday. I also did a weekly huddle on Sunday. And like I said, keep your notifications on. We got another Saturday sip coming up, more weekly huddle, more Reasonable Doubt. And I might put my baby toe into the family business because I love the family business. I binged all the seasons before we got to New Orleans so I could be prepared.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I may just do it. I just gotta feel it
definitely
out.
do
Feel
it.
it out. We got like a week and a half left.
I highly
But
recommend
I appreciate
it. Highly recommend
it's a great show. I love it. That's my faves. And I got through that first season. Everybody said it was a rough season. I'm like, it ain't that bad. I don't know. When you binge it, it goes a little bit better sometimes. But thank you to everybody in the chat for coming through. DeMarcus, that's for you. Okay, that's also for you. Let's not forget. Oh, 911 Nashville with Haley Kilgore. Thank you. Thank you, DeMarcus. DeMarcus is always going to keep us up on everything that's going on. Again, thank you to everybody that came through in the chat. We appreciate you guys immensely, and we will see you in the next video. Peace, peace.
Bye.